How does it feel to get back in the win column with the game against Northern?
Yeah, it was good. I thought we played well all three phases. A couple of hiccups, with the muff punt and the turnover before half. But all in all, I thought the guys prepared well, showed up, played hard, and obviously executed at a efficient rate as well. So it was good to see.
How nice is it to see, especially with AB out, how well Joe and Elliott dealt with, running the offense for a whole game?
Yeah, I thought they were good. Both effective when they were in, and there's a couple throws we wish we could have had back. I thought there was still some yards we left out there from that standpoint. But in terms of managing the football game and taking what the defense would give us, I thought they did a nice job with that, which goes along with the entire offense at that point. You're playing, backup Q, young Q, whatever it is. If it's not the starter in the game, everybody's got to kind of step up at that point. And, whether it be, the wide receivers blocking downfield in the Q run game or offensive line doing what they did with, the run game and the screen game was very well done by everybody.
What did you like, especially, in how Elliott was dealing with, he'd seen a little bit of action in a couple of games, but to see as much action Saturday as he did?
Yeah, it was good to see. I mean, again, he's a true freshman. He's been on a college campus since, late July, August. So he hasn't been around a ton, but he is different mentally in terms of handling that position at a young age. And, there's obviously some going into it, you're, wondering a little bit how he's going to handle the adversity when it hits, or the moment being that it was a rivalry game and packed dome, so on and so forth. But he was ready to go right from the get-go, and nothing fazed him. He ran hard. He was patient in the run game until things opened up, and the yards after contact were good too. So,
what do you like in what you're seeing out of how your offensive line is helping promote running this year as opposed to the previous couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes hand in hand, right? They're the second year playing together as a group, so they've got more experience up front. I think anytime you can add in the quarterback to the run game, it's one more guy that people have to account for. So whether it's AB or, the two that played on Saturday, there's an extra hat that needs to be accounted for where it's not just predictable what we're going to do with the run game. And to be honest, we're better on the edge this year, and we've been a long time blocking downfield too. So it all plays into it, but the offensive line is significantly better than we were a year ago. Physical, there's a little bit of nastiness to them right now with what we're doing, and I think they're enjoying getting to that point where we can lay on people if it gets to that point in a game, and be able to count on that part of the offense, which we haven't been able to do in the last couple of years.
What do you like in how Joe approaches getting the opportunity to play, considering the fact that, he hasn't seen a lot of playing time, having to be behind Freeze and now AB?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you're the backup, you're not hoping that anybody gets injured, but you're obviously looking forward to taking advantage of the reps you do get when you get in. And Joe's approached it the right way since he's been on campus. Been behind a 2-year starter with Alex Freeze, and now AB doing what he's doing in that same situation. So very mature kid, understands what we're doing offensively. So when he's in, knows what he's being asked to do and where the football needs to go in most situations. So does a nice job handling his role, and I thought he took advantage of his reps on Saturday as well.
What did you like in what you saw from the defense on Saturday?
Everything. I mean, there's some spots between the 20s where we gave up some big chunk plays that, I think they wish they, had a chance to do that over with in the first half. But, every time they got down in the red zone, they put the clamps on, and, whether it be their penalties or us forcing them behind the sticks, whatever it was bend, don't break mentality. And, keeping them out of the end zone was a huge deal. Forced them into 2 missed field goals, I think it was. And, so from that standpoint, it was good to see. Went in at halftime and made some slight adjustments in terms of how we were fitting the pitch part of the option, and really whether it was our starters or the second group, third group that went in the second half, they didn't do a ton offensively, and that was good to see that get shut down.
Is it easier or tougher to game plan for a team that is so one-dimensional and is effective at that dimension?
Yeah, I mean, going into it, when you're playing that team, you're trying to force them to have to beat you throwing the football. We felt like if we could get them to that point, we had a good chance to, shut everything down if they had to put the football in the air. But it's not easy to prepare for. It's a unique offense in terms of what everybody else does these days. So whether it be the dive part of it or, the crack replace that they were doing on the outside with the option, our guys don't see that a ton. And, it's obviously a gap sound deal that you have to be in the box and then an assignment sound on the outsides. But, I give them credit too. I thought they did a nice job when it got to the edge of getting bodies covered up and making the hi-hat have to make the play often. And, once we made the adjustment we did at halftime with that, everything started to stretch to the sideline and they didn't have a whole lot of big chunk plays in the second half.
You return home this week to face Roosevelt. What do you know about what they do?
Yeah, they're talented. Opposite of what we saw this past weekend, they're going to want to throw it a ton offensively, and they've got dangerous weapons on the outside with some speed. So they're going to put the ball in the air often, and we got to be good on the back end with that. At the same time, find ways to get pressure on the Q so he can't just stand back there and throw it where he wants to. So we got to be able to force the ball out of his hands sooner than he wants. Defensively, structurally, they're going to look a lot like the teams we saw the last couple of weeks. And last year they had success heating us up in the box and, muddying up that picture for us, whether it be our run game or the pass game. So I would imagine they're going to do the same. They're talented on the outside, so we're going to see press coverage again, I'm sure. And, we're going to have to make some plays downfield.
Looking at the season as a whole, how do you feel like you are doing as far as you're 6-2, just one loss in conference to the number one team in the country? How do you feel like things have gone to this point?
Yeah, good. I mean, I love what the guys are doing, the way they approach every week. At the same time, whether it be, last weekend's score, whatever else, I still feel like there's some things that we can clean up offensively. There's still too many drive-killing MAs, whether it be a penalty or, making a bad decision on first down, get us behind the chains. Defensively, right, we talked about it as a team on Monday as well. We got to do a better job getting off the field in third and longs. And then special teams-wise, we just can't afford any turnovers, let alone the one we did. I know that, Nick is excited. He's trying to make a play and obviously makes up for it on the next one. But we got to know when, to fair catch a football or, take our chance to make a play. Coverage-wise, we can't give up kick returns to the 50 or, you go back 2 weeks ago, we give up a punt return that got, again, back down to our 40. There's just too many situations like that where we're putting ourselves in bad situations with problems that we can take care of ourselves. So we got to be better in all three phases. Our guys know that. Proud of how we're playing up to this point and what we've been able to do, but I still think there's more football that we can be better at.
We saw the regional rankings come out this week for the first time. Are you at all concerned about that or frustrated by the fact that you're not really in the mix at this point?
Means nothing to us. We control our own destiny. If you're going to get in, you got to win out. If we take care of our end, we can't be left out. So what it says right now with 3 weeks left means nothing. We know what we need to do. We know what's in front of us. It's a one game at a time mentality, and what it says at the end. If we do what we need to do, we'll be in. If we don't, it doesn't matter what the rankings say today. We're not going to be in anyway. So that's a long ways away. Not really a conversation in our locker room right now. We know what we have coming in front of us. We have not played well at home the last 2 times we've been here. So we've got some stuff we got to take care of in-house. The rankings and whatever else that we don't have any control over, that doesn't mean a whole lot.